this session, we're going to cover Centurion Technologies Smart Control. Specifically, we're going to cover the Smart Control's remote execute function. Remote execute gives the administrator the ability to execute commands to specified clients. To give you a better idea what I mean by commands, I'm going to go to our website. And under our support page, on our scripting area, to the right, you'll see this gray column here. And each one of these items are a script that we posted here for our customers to utilize. You can download these scripts. So I just got done downloading our JavaScript, and I can save it here to wherever I need to save it. But I'm going to cancel that since I already have the script on my desktop. And you may need to make an edit to your script to match whatever criteria is in your environment, such as a network path or a password or things of that nature. So once you've done that edit, or again, if needed, you're ready to go ahead and send the remote execute command. I'm going to use my Windows Virtual Machine to do this too, and I'm going to open that up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a folder called X Application on this desktop here of this virtual machine. I have customers that use this for a variety of reasons. Many of them copy folders off the network or off of local clients, and they copy it to the desktops of several other clients or place it in folders. I also have examples where customers will utilize this function to copy icons onto the desktops for new applications that they want to allow their users to access. So we're going to go back to our Smart Control, and again, notice that there is no folder called X Application here. And we're going to go back to our Smart Control, and we're going to execute a remote execute. And I'm going to go ahead and right click and highlight the remote execute and click on that, and it opens up this window where I can go ahead and browse by clicking on the browse button. I'm going to browse to my desktop, and I'm just going to select this batch file, so you can browse to the actual script that you've created or that you've downloaded. And I'm going to go ahead and execute this script. But before I do that, also please notice we have a parameter section, which allows you to basically get more specific to the type of script you're on, the specific type of script you're running. You can also run this remote execute as a system account or as a user account. So you have that ability, and basically what that's going to do is it's going to increase your chances of running the remote execute script. So now again, I've placed my script in the field provided. I'm going to go ahead and remotely execute this script. Come back to my virtual machine, and now I have X Application folder that has now appeared on the desktop of my virtual machine. Remote execute again is a handy way to automate several different types of functions. I would summarize the capability of remote execute and say that the more a person knows about scripting and the more experience they have with that, the more powerful this capability is going to be. Now that was handling our remote execute real time, and I issued a command real time to a client, or I can do that again to a group of clients. But now let's address remote execute through scheduling. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my scheduler. I'm going to go to schedule tasks. We're going to start with our occurrence pattern to be 10 o'clock p.m. and we're going to give our maximum duration in minutes. Let's give it 60 minutes, and we're going to run this schedule on Sundays. We're going to leave our range of recurrence the same, and we're going to call this our Java update schedule. And now we're going to go ahead and target our clients, and we're just going to say building A, and we're going to leave our fallback setting alone at enable protected. So again, if this schedule takes longer than 60 minutes, something did not go according to plan, and our computers are going to fall back into a protected mode. Now our actions. The first thing in the schedule of this sort is going to always be that wake on land, and with the wake on land, it's going to send that command out regardless of whether that machine is on or off. And if it's off, it's going to wake it up. If it is on, it's just going to basically ignore that command and go right to the next command, which is going to be a disable protection. And now we're going to go ahead and block the keyboard and mouse, because we don't want anyone to interface with that computer while it's in an unprotected mode after this reboot that we insert here in our action order. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and select Remote Execute. I'm going to browse to the file that I wish to use. In this case, it's the Java update batch file. And I'm just going to go ahead and leave it run as a system account. Add that to my action order. And now I'm going to delay. In this case, I'm going to delay for 30 minutes. I feel 30 minutes is an adequate time for this Java update to run. After that, we're going to go ahead and stick a reboot in there for the update to complete. And then I may stick a minor delay in there of, like, say 3 minutes, just to be on the safe side, to let any kind of updates after that reboot complete itself and write to the hard drive. And now I'm going to go ahead and enable protection. I'm going to reboot, and then I'm going to unblock the keyboard and mouse, and now I'm going to shut down. This will be a typical schedule that we would create to run a Java update, or a similar, maybe an Adobe update or a Flash update. We would insert the appropriate script here in the Remote Execute, and how this would work is at 10 o'clock every Sunday from today, with no end date, all the computers in building A will get this package. Computers will then wake up, they will immediately disable protection, the keyboard and mouse will block itself, it will reboot into an unprotected mode, then Remote Execute will go ahead and kick off that script to those selected clients. They will go run their Java updates during this delay that you created here. So again, the delay represents an adequate time that you feel is necessary for those updates to run. And then we're just going to stick a reboot at the end of that delay to assure that those updates stick. And then the delay here is going to, again, after that reboot, just help with the assurance. And then we're going to enable protection, reboot the machine, unblock the keyboard and mouse so it now can be interfaced with, and then we're just going to shut the machine down. And now with this shutdown being the last step of our schedule, we've completed it. I'm going to go ahead and enter in my password, save the schedule, and it's going to tell me, oh, my maximum duration does not meet the minimum of 83 minutes. So what it does is it changes your maximum duration to the appropriate number, and basically that's going to coincide with all your different delays, the time of your Remote Execute, and all the other factors that are involved in this schedule. I'll go ahead and save the schedule, and it gives me my summary. I hit OK, and now I have my Java update schedule stored in my schedule listing. And that concludes this session on Remote Execute through the Smart Control.